Hi everybody, today I'm going to be showing you guys how I strategically created my Usmle Step 1 study schedule, and this can be applied for any exam.
You had your heart set on me, but these feels they come and go, and they come so easily. Tell me what it is about you that I can't.
Okay, you can either watch or follow along. I will provide explanations when needed.
Baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Staying up when I go out, you gotta know I'm all yours. But when I say what's that about, you start slurring your words. Tell me why you have to seem so distant when I'm holding you. Your fingertips are drifting away.
Alright, now that you've listed all the topics that you'd like to cover during your dedicated study period, I want you to calculate exactly how many days you have to study for your exam. So in this scenario, we're going to say you have about 76 days to study for the Usmle Step 1 exam. Now, I want to stress how important it is to dedicate the day before your exam date as a rest and relaxation day. So in this scenario, we're going to subtract 1 from 76. Also, during my dedicated study period, I dedicated the 4 days before my rest day to do a lot of questions. So those 4 days were question heavy days. Now, because the 76 days in this scenario is almost equal to 11 weeks, and I chose to take 1 day off per week, let's subtract another 10 days for those 10 days off during the 11-week study period that you have. And then 3 days will be deducted for each day you'll take an MBME. Alright, so now we have 58 remaining days to study. Now you're going to allocate a specific number of days for each topic that you want to cover. The number of days you allocate will depend on what your stronger and weaker subject areas are. Also, as you can see, I dedicated 6 days for cardiovascular because that is a highly tested subject area. Alright, now that you've had your days allocated, I want you to break down those days into the number of days you will spend studying for each subject area. So how many days are you going to study embryology, anatomy, and physio for HEMONC? How many days are you going to study pathology of HEMONC? And how many days are you going to study the pharmacology of HEMONC? And do that for each topic. And as usual, the number of days that you allocate will depend on your stronger and weaker areas. I do recommend spending time studying on your weaker subjects first.
Love the touch but never love the feeling.
Alright, now I want you to rank your topics from the topic you are weakest in to the topic you are strongest in. It's more beneficial to you to review subject areas that you are weaker in early on in your study period. That way, you gain confidence from mastering topics that you once found difficult. And then you can move on to review topics that you are more familiar and confident in. Okay, now I want you to determine how many free days you have left. Subtract the number in the bottom of the red column from the number you determined in the beginning. So in this instance, it's 58 minus 49. That means you have 9 days left to review all the topics you covered in your study period. This will be a comprehensive review. 9 days to comprehensively review everything that you have studied. Now, one important point I'd like to make. During my dedicated period of studying, I made sure to prioritize studying microbiology and biochemistry every day. So at the beginning of every day, I dedicate 1 hour to studying microbiology and 1 hour to studying biochem, because for those subject areas, repetition is key. All right, now that you've finished watching this example of how to create a Step 1 exam schedule or an exam schedule in general, I highly recommend that you check out my video on my exact Step 1 schedule. Have a wonderful day.